Joining me on this India Today special broadcast is Air Marshal Sanjeev Kapoor, former Director General of Flight Safety and Inspections of the Indian Air Force. Air Marshal, deeply disturbing and distressing images on our television screen. When you look at those images, the aircraft takes off, attains a height of about 625 feet, and suddenly it stalls or seems to crash. What would you make of this, sir?
Gaurav, it's a very unfortunate accident, and every accident gives us a lot of lessons. And the SOPs and the procedures are evolved after each such accident. Now, for benefit of your viewers, 65% in commercial aeroplanes accidents take place during takeoff and landing phase. Now, why does it happen? It happens because the aircraft is at its lowest speeds, both at the time when it unsticks, when it leaves the ground. It is at the just bare
Sir,
adequate
give
speed.
me a moment. My colleague Atul Tiwari is on ground zero. Just give me a moment. Atul, bring us the latest. Atul, इस समय क्या चल रहा है वहाँ पर?
जो भी रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन के लिए तत्काल प्रभाव से जिन लोगों को रेस्क्यू करना जरूरी है उन्हें अस्पताल में पहुंचाया जा सके, उसके लिए जो दीवार हैं वो तोड़ी जा रही हैं। और तस्वीरों में भी देख पा रहे हैं फायर ब्रिगेड के जो कर्मचारी हैं वो भी कहीं ना कहीं घायल हो रहे हों, इस प्रकार की तस्वीर सामने आ रही है। बिल्कुल उसके राइट साइड में भी मैं कोशिश करूंगा आपको तस्वीर दिखाई जाए कि जो एक कार यहाँ पे पार्किंग में पड़ी हुई थी वो भी पूरी जल चुकी है। किस प्रकार का ये भयावह हादसा है वो आप तस्वीरों में भी देख पा रहे हैं। ये जो बिल्डिंग है वो बताया जा रहा है रेसिडेंस डॉक्टर यानी कि अहमदाबाद सिविल अस्पताल के जो रेसिडेंस डॉक्टर है वो यहाँ पे रहा करते थे, और लगभग 4 बिल्डिंग जो है वो तस्वीरों में यहाँ पे दिखाई दे रहे हैं, जो कि शुरू के जो 3 से 4 बिल्डिंग है वो 5 मंजिला ये इमारत है, और ये 5 मंजिला इमारत ऊपर की तरफ अभी खड़ी दिखाई दे रही है। लेकिन बताया जा रहा है कि जो पीछे का आखिरी बिल्डिंग है उसमें भी नुकसान हुआ है। 1:38 का वो वक्त जब एयर इंडिया की फ्लाइट ने उड़ान भरी थी, और 1:40 को एयरपोर्ट के बिल्कुल पीछे की तरफ ये प्लेन जो है वो क्रैश हो जाता है। और तस्वीरों में भी आप लगातार जो एम्बुलेंस है उसकी सायरन की आवाज़ सुन सकते हैं। उसके अलावा भी अगर बात करें तो लगातार जिनको रेस्क्यू किया गया है उनको यहाँ से बाहर निकाल के अहमदाबाद सिविल अस्पताल में इलाज के लिए ले जाया जा रहा है। अहमदाबाद सिविल अस्पताल के डॉक्टर्स, नर्स और साथ में बीएसएफ की बात करें, इंडियन एयरफोर्स की बात करें, अहमदाबाद पुलिस की बात करें, और साथ ही में एसडीआरएफ, एनडीआरएफ समेत भारतीय जो बीएसएफ हैं
इनके मेरे साथ former Civil Aviation Minister Praful Patel joining me on this broadcast. Mr. Patel, what would you make of this terrible air crash? The Dreamliners considered extremely safe, but what would you make of this, sir?
Well, I'm very shocked and very distressed to see the visuals on television and to know about all the sad incidents. All I can say is that the 787 is one of the most sophisticated aircraft flying in the world today, being used by most major airlines. It's been flying by the hundreds, and every day in every part of the world you would find a 787. It's a sophisticated aircraft, and to see it crashing within almost a minute of takeoff means obviously something has gone wrong between the takeoff point and the crash site. So it's just about a minute or so. Something I'm sure have gone wrong with the systems. We should not be speculating. There's going to be, of course, proper inquiry, and all the black box and other equipment shall be retrieved. But to say that, this aircraft would have been flyworthy for sure, because it flew in from Delhi to Ahmedabad. And even from Ahmedabad, before takeoff, the pilots and experienced pilots, obviously a 787 commander would have had many thousands of hours of command to be flying this aircraft. And they would have done all their checks. And if they had any uncertainties, obviously they wouldn't have even gone on a takeoff roll. So obviously between the point of lift and takeoff and the crash, those 60 seconds are the key 60 seconds which will have to be ascertained to know what the reason was.
You're absolutely right, sir. Captain Sumit Sabharwal had over 8,200 hours of flying experience, the commander of this aircraft. And it's flying almost across the world since 2009, the 787-8. But this is the first hull crash, and it happened in India. Have there been issues with either servicing or maintenance or anything that came to your notice ever?
Well, I don't think so because, you see, remember one thing, Gaurav, in aviation, either it's 100% or zero. There's nothing like 99.9% safety in aviation. And no captain would fly an aircraft if he or she felt that there's something fundamentally wrong. So I don't suggest any lapse in maintenance or any other thing at this moment. Of course, the inquiry can show us all the other, or the history of the aircraft will also be there, because you remember all the current modern day aircraft are so sophisticated that every single parameter of the aircraft, I would say almost 1,000 parameters, are recorded on a real-time basis, and they are stored in the onboard computers, as well as that real-time data gets transferred to the command center of the airline.
Yes.
So, there would be all the continuous monitoring of the aircraft till the very last second, which would be available on investigation. But it is really very surprising because obviously the pilots did not have a problem because they started their takeoff roll, and they could have aborted takeoff if they felt there's something wrong. After all, Ahmedabad is also a pretty decently long runway,
Yes.
and they would have had enough margin even to abort. But, the facts now can only be ascertained through an investigation. It's very difficult to speculate. And it seems after takeoff, maybe they lost power or something could have gone wrong.
And something
Initially,
going wrong in a
my own-
twin-engine
initially
aircraft, and
my
that too a
own-
Rolls-Royce Trent 1000 engines. Mr. Patel, for joining me here on India Today. Many thanks. And this is truly, truly heartbreaking. And just a short while back, India Today also spoke to the chairperson of Tata Sons, N. Chandrasekhar, who too expressed grief at this tragedy. The team is rushing to the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport at Ahmedabad. We bring you more in this report.